In Indian polity, we are going to discuss about Article 15 of the Indian Constitution. So, total articles 12 to 35 which deals about the fundamental rights of the Indian Constitution. In the previous classes, we discussed about Article 12, 13 and 14. Okay, so Article 15 which generally talks about prohibition of discrimination on grounds of only religion, race, caste, sex and place of birth. Okay, so under this Article 15 there are two important provisions. First provision is state shall not provide any discrimination on the basis of these five grounds. So this important provision has two crucial words, discrimination and another one is only. Discrimination means difference or contrast between the people. Only means discrimination on the other grounds may be allowed. Okay, so state, especially state, it means government shall not provide discrimination on the basis of five grounds, but state shall provide the discrimination on the basis of other grounds which are not mentioned in this Article 15. Okay, next provision is, so the discrimination which not showed by the state and private individuals also. Here state and private individuals also shall not provide discrimination. So no person shall be subjected to any disability, liability, restriction, condition on the grounds of only religion, race, caste, sex and place of birth. Okay, so first provision which talks about only state, that is government. Here second provision which talks about both state and private individuals also. Okay, access to shops, public restaurants, hotels, public entertainment places. Okay, the use of wells, tanks, bathing yards, roads, places of public resorts. These are the important and maintained wholly or partly by the government of India. So these are dedicated to the public. So each and every person have the right to go to all these places which are mentioned in the Article 15. Okay, and there are exceptions to this Article 15. So there are three exceptions to this Article 15. First one is special provision for women and children. So state is permitted to make special provision for women and children development. Okay, so this is a exception to the Article 15. For example, reservation of seats for women in local bodies. Okay, so it means reservation of seats for women in a political system and provision for free education for children. Okay, and the next important exception is special provision for socially and educationally backward classes, SC or ST. Okay, reservation of seats or fee concession in public educational institutions, that is government. So second exception is talks about the only reservation of seats in government educational institutions. Okay, third exception to this Article 15 is 93rd Constitutional Amendment of 2005. So the state is empowered to make any provision for the advancement of any socially educationally backward classes of citizens or for SC or ST. Okay, so regarding their admission to the educational institutions in government including private institutions also. Okay, here exception is minority educational institution. Okay, so government and private institutions were allowed to get the admissions for the SC or ST which are socially and educationally backward classes. Okay, so these are aided or unaided by a state. To give the effect to this amendment, central government enacted Central Educational Institutions Act 2006. Okay, so this is a reservation in admissions. So total 27% quota to the OBCs in all central higher educational institutions, that is IITs, IIMs. Okay, in 2008 Supreme Court upheld the validity of both Amendment Act and OBC Quota Act. So Supreme Court validity. So validity means these important two acts are valid and this was a statement which was given by the Supreme Court in 2008. So Amendment Act means 93rd Constitutional Amendment Act 2005, and OBC quota means Central Educational Institutions Act 2006. Okay, which provides 27% quota to OBC. Okay, and Supreme Court directed the government to exclude the creamy layer. Creamy layer means advanced sections among the OBC quota while implementing the law. Okay, so creamy layer means children of different categories of people belong to the creamy layer. So the persons who holding the post like president, higher posts, so president, vice president, judges of a Supreme Court, High Court, members of the UPSC, SPSC, chief election commissioner, okay, CAG and so on. Okay, and group A, group 1 and group B officers like all India services, central services, state services also comes under this point. Okay, and children of different categories like who are working under the banks, insurance organizations, universities, and the persons who got the ranks under navy, air force, army, okay, paramilitary forces, and professionals like doctors, lawyers, engineers, authors, artists, like, okay, and persons who are engaged in trade, business, industries. Okay, so and the people having agriculture land above the certain limits. Okay, and the persons having gross annual income. So the person who has more than 8 lakh or wealth above the exception limit, these people will comes under the creamy layer. Okay, so in 1971 the creamy layer term was introduced. Okay, so in 1993 creamy layer ceiling was introduced. So in that time 1 lakh limit only. Okay, in 2004 2.5 lakh is the limit for the creamy layer sections, in 2008 4.5 lakh, 2013 6 lakh. So overall 2017 8 lakh is the ceiling limit for the creamy layer. So creamy layer means advanced sections of the people. Okay.